Welcome back to Billionaire Rides. Today, we are not just looking at a vehicle, we are studying an institution. In the highest echelons of global wealth, there are supercars that announce your arrival. And then there is the Rolls-Royce Phantom, a car that proves you have already arrived and have absolutely nothing left to prove to anyone. Since 1925, the Phantom nameplate has been the undisputed monarch of the motoring world, ferrying emperors, heads of state, and titans of industry. But what happens when the pinnacle of automotive luxury decides to push the boundary even further? You get the extended wheelbase Diamond Edition. This is not a car you drive. This is a car you commission. It is a rolling palace that stretches nearly 6 meters in length, expanding on a 90-year bloodline of uncompromising perfection. The designers at Goodwood do not look at other car manufacturers for inspiration. They look at super yachts, private jets, and high-end horology. To understand the Diamond Edition, you must first understand its philosophy. It is the relentless pursuit of silence, isolation, and absolute control over your environment. It is a fortress designed to protect the world's most valuable asset, your time and your peace of mind. As we peel back the layers of this multi-million-dollar masterpiece, you will see why it commands a price tag that rivals sovereign estates, and why, for the true 0.1%, there is simply no substitute. To build the quietest, most commanding motor car on Earth, you cannot start with a shared foundation. You cannot borrow a chassis from a lesser vehicle. That is why Rolls-Royce engineered what they unequivocally call the architecture of luxury. This is a proprietary, all-aluminum space frame designed exclusively for the Rolls-Royce family. It is completely bespoke, infinitely scalable, and engineered with one singular objective: unparalleled rigidity. By utilizing extruded aluminum and complex castings, this space frame is 30% stiffer than its predecessor. But why does a luxury limousine need the structural rigidity of a race car? Because rigidity is the absolute enemy of vibration, and vibration is the enemy of silence. Every single mounting point, every weld, and every rivet in this chassis was mathematically calculated to eliminate harmonic resonance before it can ever reach the cabin. When the massive 22-inch wheels strike a harsh imperfection on the road, the shockwave is absorbed and dissipated by the chassis itself, long before the air suspension even has to deal with it. This bespoke foundation is the canvas upon which the rest of the masterpiece is painted. It allows the engineers to add over 130 kilograms of acoustic insulation, including massive cast aluminum joints and double-skin bulkheads, without compromising the dynamic balance of the vehicle. It is the invisible skeleton of a titan, ensuring that the Diamond Edition moves with a fluid, unbroken grace that defies its immense 2.7-ton curb weight. Presence. That is the only word capable of describing the visual impact of the Phantom extended wheelbase Diamond Edition. As it glides into view, it forces the world to pause. The exterior design is an exercise in monumental proportions, characterized by a monolithic, upright stance that echoes the grandeur of classic antiquity. But the Diamond Edition takes this to an unprecedented level with its signature paintwork. This is not standard metallic paint. This is a bespoke formulation that literally incorporates thousands of ethically sourced, crushed diamonds mixed directly into the clear coat. The result is a finish that doesn't just reflect light, it refracts it, shimmering with a microscopic fire that is impossible to replicate. At the prow of this massive vessel sits the iconic Pantheon grille. Hand-polished to a mirror finish, it is now subtly illuminated from above, casting a soft, theatrical glow on the stainless steel veins as night falls. Perched atop the grille is the Spirit of Ecstasy, available in solid silver, gold, or even illuminated frosted crystal, designed to retract instantly into the hood at the slightest touch. The profile of the EWB is defined by the legendary 2-to-1 proportions: a long hood, a short front overhang, and a massive sweeping rear pillar that ensures the occupants are completely hidden from the outside world. And then, the wheels. Massive, polished discs that feature the self-righting center caps. Even as the car accelerates to its top speed, the double R monogram remains perfectly, defiantly upright. Underneath the endless expanse of the hood lies a mechanical titan. But unlike the screaming, aggressive engines found in hypercars, this power plant is designed to be felt, never heard. It is the legendary 6.75-liter, twin-turbocharged V12. In an era where the automotive industry is aggressively downsizing engines, Rolls-Royce maintains the V12 because nothing else delivers the same level of effortless, velvety power. It produces 563 horsepower, but the true metric of a Phantom is its torque, a devastating 900 Newton-meters, available at just 1,700 RPM. This means that almost immediately off idle, the Diamond Edition has access to a tidal wave of forward momentum. There is no waiting for the revs to climb. There is no dramatic intake noise. You simply depress the throttle, and the horizon pulls you toward it. Managing this colossal force is a ZF 8-speed automatic transmission that is physically linked to a satellite network. This is the satellite-aided transmission system. It uses GPS data to read the road ahead, anticipating corners, hills, and intersections. If you are approaching a sweeping curve, the transmission holds the gear so you have immediate power on the exit. It operates with a level of clairvoyance that makes gear shifts entirely imperceptible. The engine doesn't roar, it simply breathes, moving this 6,000-pound sanctuary from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in a brisk 5.4 seconds, all while the power reserve dial on the dashboard barely drops below 80%. To sit inside the Phantom Diamond Edition is to question the laws of physics. Rolls-Royce has spent decades perfecting what they call the magic carpet ride, but in this generation, they have achieved the impossible. The car features a highly sophisticated, self-leveling air suspension system with electronically controlled dampers. It makes millions of calculations every single second to react to steering, acceleration, and camera inputs. The crown jewel of this system is the flag-bearer technology. Inspired by the men who used to walk ahead of early motor cars waving a red flag, this system uses a stereo camera integrated into the windshield to scan the topography of the road ahead at speeds of up to 100 kilometers per hour. It doesn't just react to a pothole, it sees the pothole approaching, measures its depth, and preemptively softens the exact air strut on that specific corner before the tire even touches the imperfection. Combined with the active anti-roll bars powered by a 48-volt electrical system, the chassis actively fights body roll during cornering. To ensure absolutely nothing disturbs the piece, even the tires are bespoke. They feature a layer of specialized acoustic foam inside the tread cavity, acting as a sound-absorbing cushion that eliminates tire roar. The result is a ride quality that borders on the supernatural. The road ceases to exist. You are no longer driving. You are simply floating above the earth in a masterclass of kinetic isolation.